Okay, guys, this week we are focusing on a brand new content. Last week was adding and subtracting decimals. This week we're going to work on multiplying decimals. This is brand new. Okay, the directions are as follows. Step 1, we multiply. Step 2, we count how many numbers are behind the decimals in the factors. Step 3, we move the decimal forward from the back. So I'm going to show you what this looks like in a couple examples, but this is not what we're doing today. Today, I just want you to practice how to multiply multi-digit factors. But let me show you what we're going to work towards this week. So say you had 3 and 24 hundredths times, let's just say 3/10 in this situation. Okay, so step 1, we're just going to multiply, completely ignoring those decimals. Now, I'm going to use standard algorithm. Okay, you can also use lattice, and I'll go over that later in this video. So I'm going to start with this. 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. Ignoring those decimals, 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, circle it, drop it like it's hot, cross out the top. Okay, well, the next number is a 0, so technically I don't have to multiply, but I will. 0 times 4 is 0. 0 times 2 is 0. 0 times 3 is 0. Add up all those, 2, 7, 9, and a 0. Okay, so that's step 1, just multiply, completely ignoring the decimals. Step 2 is the brand new one. Count how many numbers are behind the decimals in the factors. So I'm going to go back to my problem. This has 2 digits behind the decimal. This one had a decimal right here, and this one has 1 digit behind the decimal. I'm going to add those numbers up. 2 plus 1 is 3, and that tells me for step 2 how many times I have to move it. So I got 2 by there's 2 numbers behind this decimal, and 1 because there's 1 number behind the decimal. Step 3, move the decimal forward from the back. So I go back to my answer. I start from the back. I'm going to move it 3 times forward. When I move it, I'm jumping in between numbers. Here I go. Start from the back. 1, 2, 3. And that's where my decimal goes. Therefore, my answer is 972 thousandths. Okay, let me show you another problem like this. Again, our lesson is not focused on this. Sorry, I can't erase and hold the video at the same time. Okay, so let's say we had this problem. Let's say we had 37 and 4/10 times 6/10. Okay, so for this case, again, I'm going to use standard algorithm. You could use lattice or area model. 4 times 6 is 24. 7 times 6 is 42, 43, 44. 6 times 3 is 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Ignoring the decimals, circle the 6, cross it out, drop it like it's hot, cross out the top. Okay, the next number is a 0, so 0 times 4 is 0. 0 times 7 is 0. 0 times 3 is 0. Add them up. 4, 4, 2, 2. That's step 1, multiply. Step 2, count how many numbers are behind the decimal. So in this top one, there's 1 number behind the decimal. In the bottom one, there's 1 number behind the decimal. 1 plus 1 is 2. I'm going to move my decimal 2 times, like step 3, from the back. So I start from the back and I jump 2 times. 1, 2. Put the decimal. Therefore, my answer is 22 and 44 hundredths. Okay, so this is what we're working towards this whole week. Now, we're not going to really start all of this till Wednesday. Today, I want you guys just to review, how do I multiply?